Hello everyone, and welcome back to the series where I rate levels by their difficulty, step by step. And join me outdoors today. Sorry, there's a bird here. I'll move if I have to. But yeah, there's 53 levels here today, guys. 53. So I think it's fair for me to say, let's get into it, because this will be a long video, so I hope you all enjoy the long videos. If you like the dancing line video, you would like this one. But let's get into our last place, 53rd place, only level in F tier, championship. This level is so bad. It's worse than American football, in my opinion. And why is that? I don't know. I think they just managed to do worse. The soundtrack is worse, and that's the only thing that I think American football had going for it. And this level falls into pretty much the exact same routing mistakes that American football fell into. So, yeah. Horrible idea, in my opinion. Pretty bad obstacles. Stupid RNG football players. The themes are pretty bad. They kind of have a reference to the Dallas Cowboys, and those are one of my least favorite teams. Sorry, y'all Texans. Just being truthful. And the soundtrack's pretty bad. Not only that, I think these are probably some of the worst crowns we've ever seen, except for the first one. The first one's actually really cool. The other two, though, are probably some of the worst crowns we've ever seen. I like this one, because this one's actually pretty fun. That's pretty much the only thing that it has going for it, to be honest. They optimized that gem right there, so that's cool, I guess. When they do the stupid optimizations, whatever. And the crown upcoming is probably one of the laziest things I've ever seen. Whoa. That's so easy. And I understand other levels have done that, but that one's like kind of challenging, and I feel like they tried to do something with it, but they just gave up. I don't know. The last crown's objectively worse, in my opinion, because I don't even understand why it's there. I think the last crown should be in this section, to be honest. I think the music would have fit really well, and it would have improved this level's F tier placement at least a little bit. But no, it's in this section for some reason. I don't know why. The trophies being in the last section, just like American football, is a pretty good touch, though. Like, what is that? I don't know. I think it's just really dumb. It's not hard. It's just kind of stupid in all practicality. Like math. Yeah, I just don't like this level. It's going to be our only F tier level today. I know, there's 53 levels, and this is our only F tier. If you want to see F tier, more F tier, just wait till next episode, guys. Just wait till next episode. There's like 5. But let's move on to our 52nd place. In 52nd place, and the start of D tier, this is literally my second at the bottom level of D tier, Kung Fu. So this level is very old school, I guess, and I don't really like it. I wish this level got a bonus to try to redeem itself, but it still hasn't gotten its bonus for this theme. Pretty sad. It's only featured in this level and Auspicious Jade Rabbit, as far as I know. It might be an anniversary level that's featured, I just don't remember. And I don't know, the routing style of this level really doesn't fit. Like, the labyrinth obstacles and spikes in a Kung Fu themed level, all the other obstacles look really well, and they work really well. That crown's also pretty fun, though. And I don't know, I feel like the roller is going off the thing. It's funny. Like, some of the obstacles they put, like the labyrinth things, what are they thinking? They don't fit here. And I like, I think it was AL64, maybe it's RLS Deaths or something. But they said like they could just put a police, or they could like turn off the music and just have the sound effects, and it could sound like a police chase, and that's so real. This crown's really fun. But I do have major beef with the last crown, and it's one of the major reasons I don't play this level a lot. I know that's really surprising that a crown can do that for me, but I mean, you'll see when I get there. Something I do want to, like, I've held back this entire time. The soundtrack honestly sucks. I really don't like the soundtrack. If I were to make a top 10 worst soundtrack video, which, if you guys want, leave it in the comments. This level would definitely be at least an honorable mention. It'd probably be like 10th place, though. I just don't like it. I'm not even going for it because I lost my shield, but that crown is stupidly challenging, and I hate it. Like, I don't even understand how you're supposed to get it. I've seen videos of people doing it. I'm like, how the hell do you do that? I don't like that crown. That crown is literally my op. But let's move on to level 51, which is not in the game anymore. Never mind, I lied. Haha. This is Forest V2. Sorry, I misread my script. Yeah, this level is honestly really just a letdown in comparison to what we had. It's like a what we had, what we got kind of thing. Like, what did they take from us? Like, I guess it wasn't Minimax, it was Cheetah Mobile. Cheetah Mobile, what? Why? Like, why did you do that? I also find it weird that they just, Cheetah Mobile randomly, this is technically part of V1, but still, they randomly just decided to put crowns in the level. And no other level they tried to do that with, just Forest. Just Forest. They didn't try to do it with Sky or Massif or Desert or Volcano, would have made sense, but no. No, they did it with Forest. I don't even understand. Something that we all know and hate that was removed is that there's supposed to be a theme change like right around here that does not happen. And it should change back to the forest theme, which would make sense, because this level is called Forest. Hey, do you see any forest? What forest? Exactly. Why is there no forest here? The only time you see forest is the first theme, and then you never go back to it again. Which I think is so stupid. Like, ooh, the volcano theme. It makes more sense in the original forest, because now you just go from purple to volcano. Before we went from forest to volcano, making it look like it burned down or something. You know what? I'll get back to this level when I talk about Forest V1 and all the things that it did better than this. Rage bait at its finest. The best level in D tier, and best is relative, and kicking off the top 50. Anniversary. Yeah. This level tried, and it died. Like, the second floor mechanic, I guess, is okay. I think this level, personally, is one slot worse than Happy Birthday. And you could go back and watch episode 13 of Deeper Dive to see my more detailed thoughts on this level. Because whatever I said back then, it still probably applies now, to be honest. You'll see Happy Birthday's Deeper Dive, like, a long time from now. It's not going to come out for a while. But I kind of say the same thing. And the consensus, for me at least, I don't know what the community thinks about these levels, is that they're pretty boring. Happy Birthday's too challenging in my opinion. Or, well, from a routing perspective, you'll see what I say about that level. Because it's not the best. Okay. The thing that absolutely kills both this level and Happy Birthday, though, the mystery box routes. They suck. And it also set a precedent for, hey, all anniversary levels in the future should have boxes. No! Why? Why did we do this to ourselves, guys? Like, who hurt us? They're not even fun mystery box routes. Like, who wanted these? Who liked these? I certainly didn't. I don't know who did. Like, I don't even go for half of them at this point. I just gave up. And it's like, okay, this level just, it set a bad example of what a birthday bonus should look like. And it really continued up until Time Machine, in my opinion, which was literally last year. It did that like 6 months ago, really. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on this level. Let's move up to C tier, a little better. In 49th place, right below Anniversary on the level list. Why? Yeah. This was technically last year's Anniversary level, and I think it's the only bad level of last year's Anniversary celebration. The year they finally got everything right. And this level is something. It kind of falls into the same trap as Anniversary and Happy Birthday, in my opinion. Horrible mystery box routes. Not now. Near the end. You'll see what I mean. They're absolutely insane to today's standard. Like, if you did that back in 2018, I think people would think you're insane. At the game, not like crazy. But, I mean, yeah. This one's kind of fun, though, to be honest. I like that one. Might seem kind of challenging, but it's actually pretty easy. As from a music standpoint, it has the same soundtrack as Nirvana, so of course I'd love it. And from an obstacle standpoint, it has the same obstacles as Nirvana, so I do like that. This is supposed to be the easier version of Nirvana. And if you're going to do an easier version, please, Minimax, don't make a 4-star. This is essentially a 4-star, like, but it's technically considered a 3-star, but like, if you're going perfect way, this is definitely a 4-star. Don't make a 4-star. Make like a 2-star. Like, Storms in Love, which you'll see very soon, kind of does the same thing. I don't even understand how you're supposed to get... Like, you could die in weekly match there. Sorry, I thought that was really weird. I didn't make a short about it, but I'm like, why can you die there? The build-up doesn't even feel like build-up-y either. Like, in Nirvana, it felt very build-up-y, if you know what I mean. But, like, this one just feels like it kind of happens. And here's where the mystery box routes absolutely die, in my opinion. That one's fine. I just skipped it. It's these next two that really suck. Right here. This one is so bad. I don't even know how I got that. Like, okay, and I'm not like, what the hell are you supposed to do there? I know what you're supposed to do, but like, what the hell are you supposed to do there? Oh, pretend I finished it, because I don't want to use that revive. Ironically, revival. This level just falls into the same mystery box trap that a lot of levels do fall into. And I really wanted to like this level, but unfortunately yeah. It kind of like makes me a little mad at how this turned out. And I don't come back to it that often. I initially rated this A tier because I had hope, but after a few months I realized I was so wrong. And we'll see Time Machine much later on this list, so I'll talk more about the obstacles and stuff. In 48th place, remember that deeper dive that came out really recently? Things have changed. Please realize that. My opinion can change since a deeper dive. Or after these videos come out in a deeper dive. I just want to say that, because I know I rated this higher. But, this is... I've moved it down to C tier. I think I initially rated it B tier. And I could see why I did it, because I was just kind of feeling nostalgic with the Alan Walker themes. But I just don't think it's there. It's the routing. It's not like the obstacles and stuff. The obstacles are fine because they're on Walker, so I think I like them. First of all, why are there diagonal tiles on a mandatory path for a 3-star? I feel like we should bring that up, you know? Like, I feel like that should be at least like 4-star reserved, maybe 5-star. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of weird. I think Monster Course does the same thing though, so maybe 4-star reserved, but yeah, I don't know why it's here. You saw it back there onto a jump pad. I understand jump pad's easier than a normal tile, but still, it's weird to me. This section feels really cool. This is definitely the high point of the level in my opinion, with all the blocks and stuff. It feels very cool, even though it's really easy. I mean, it's a 3-star, so of course it's supposed to feel easy. And then once you go back to the transition, like right here, it's really cool. But then, I don't know. I feel like it falls off here too. Like, once again, that's a diagonal tile move. I don't know. The routing here really makes me think, like, eh. And that jump is really hard for a 3-star too. Like, if you were playing with a normal ball and you don't have a shield, that could feel really suspenseful. Like the cave jump, like in Cave. So yeah, that's how I feel about this level. I think it's C tier because of some routing flaws I think I overlooked. It's still pretty good though. I wouldn't like call this the worst level in the game at all. It's above at least 20. Our first and certainly not our last fan made of the level, we have Eclipse, the worst version of Morning Dawn. That's what I can say, I guess. Love the soundtrack. I think that's the only thing that's better than Morning Dawn. The soundtrack is really cool. The crowns for this level, though, absolutely kill me, I think. And some of the routing. They try to use the invisible power-up, but you could always skip it, so that's nice, I guess. The theming is cool. The sunset obstacles, in my opinion, are very overused, especially in fan-mades. We have 3 levels with them. I feel like that's kind of dumb. I understand 1 was a set, though. The set of levels is fine, but this level feels kind of out of place. I don't like that routing, because it's very unclear what to do, and there's only one way to go, so that gem is actually forced. I'm pretty sure, so weird. And I'm pretty sure you're just going to end up getting it anyway, because you're going to struggle figuring what to do. This crown is okay. It's probably the best crown of the level, but no, don't take that as good. And another thing, this level just feels forgotten a lot of times. Like, nobody remembers it. Okay, yeah, that gem's stupid. I'm not even gonna go for this crown, because this crown actually annoys me. But if you don't go for it, you get a free gem, so that's cool. I think that's not supposed to happen, but it's funny that it does. If I had a nickel for every time that happens with hitboxes in this game, I'd have millions of dollars. Which is a lot, and it's weird that it happens multiple times. So, you know, that's just how I think this level is. And it's not one that I like to come back to personally, but I do think it is, soundtrack-wise and, themingly-wise, better than the last 2 we covered in C tier. Up next, still in the C tier, we have Matrix. A level that I really just don't like, especially when you compare it to its main level. I think Cube does it way much better, to be honest. I think the mystery box routes in this level are just unfun. And sure, they were new at the time, but Cubes, I think, are incredibly fun. And this level came out after Cube, so I feel like that excuse doesn't work. The obstacles are incredibly lackluster, in my opinion. That goes for Cube, too, to be honest. And I just like the gray theme more. I think the gray/green theme just looks better. The yellow theme, I guess, is okay. But is it really that cool? I would argue no. And I would argue that the mystery boxes are just there. They can honestly be gem routes. Like, this level could have 20 gems and no crowns, and I would not notice. To be honest. Like, that one gem where you have to hit the jump pad on the corner, I think that should be a mystery box. Near the end, it's like the last gem. I think that should be a mystery box. And they should just swap out one of these mystery box routes for like a gem route, honestly. Because I think that gem is harder than most mystery box routes in this level. The second mystery box, that one is actually pretty challenging, I'll admit. And I just missed that because I went the wrong way. I feel like that's just a little memorize-y, but I guess if you're going to go for mystery boxes, that's a good thing to have. What I do like about this level is the soundtrack. It's a copycat of Cube, so of course it's going to be worse than Cube, but it is still a copycat of Cube, a level I like a lot. So I feel like that's a little justified for me to say that. Obviously, this is my opinion, so don't get angry at me if your favorite level is Championship for some reason, but who hurt you? Call for help, seriously. This gem right here could honestly be a mystery box, and I feel like I would say that that's actually fair. Because that gem is legitimately pretty hard. I'll say it. And I do struggle sometimes with that gem on this level. Yeah. Take that. Alright, let's move on to our last level of C tier. In 45th place, and the highest level in C tier, that's a relative, is Candy. Love the soundtrack. Gotta love the Tobu soundtracks. Those are really good. This one's kind of cut pretty good. I always heard this in YouTube videos, like, oh my gosh, they copied Rolling Sky soundtrack. I'm like, oh, this is already famous-ish, or if you know what I mean. So, oh well. Fun fact, this was the first level with mystery boxes I perfected, and it felt really good. I did it on, like, Christmas, too. I remember random things like that, but, it feels kind of nostalgic, this level, and there is a nostalgia factor for it being this high. For me, it all comes down to, like, a routing thing, where I just think the route's not that fun. It gets very repetitive quick, and I think you could say that about a lot of 2017 levels, even the challenging ones, except for maybe, like, Poker and Cube. But, as for the easier ones, oh yeah, the route can get repetitive really quickly. It feels the same, in my opinion. This mystery box is really hard. I don't know how you're supposed to... Like, I think you're supposed to do a really fast side swipe over here or something. I don't know. I've never successfully gotten it. This one's also pretty challenging. Yeah, that one's pretty challenging as well. I do really love the mystery box routes in this level. I think they did a really good job here. And once again, if you want like a more detailed thoughts on this level from a little bit ago, like December, you could go check out in the 70s, like 76, I think, of Deeper Dive, and you'll find this level. It might be 75 though. I did Passionate Love at the same time because I thought they went together. But yeah, soundtrack really good. Route is kind of repetitive, but it has good obstacles and all the stuff like that. So I think it barely misses out on B tier just because I think the repetitive route is enough for me to not really want to play it a lot. So with that, let's move on to 44 and the B tier. Starting off the B tier and in 44th place, we have Desert, the 4th ever level in the game, and technically not the first 3 stars, technically tied for the first 3-star. This level's pretty fun. I will admit that I come back to this level every so often. It has a pretty catchy soundtrack, and I'd say a pretty okay route for especially an early 3-star. Definitely does not hold up well today, I will admit that. This theme needs to get a level though. Can you believe this theme doesn't have a level technically? Technically the sky theme is this level's, and the purple theme is skies. So we need a level to get this theme as its main theme, because whatever's on the thumbnail cover is generally what it is. And I'm pretty sure this level doesn't have a theme, so we need to get this level a theme. That's my argument. If that theme is technically this level's, we still need like a separate level for these 2 themes, because that desert theme is honestly among one of my favorites, and the obstacles that it has there honestly seem really ahead of its time at the time. I remember thinking, wow, this is really cool, much better than like any of the other themes in the game at this point. Except for Castle in the Sky. Once Castle in the Sky came out, that was the only thing I think could really compete with it. Because I really wasn't even impressed with the Labyrinth, to be honest. At the time. I mean, now we know that that's a really iconic level, but hindsight is 2020, am I right? This level is going back to this level. It's just there. I feel like it exists a lot. It just exists. It's cool. And definitely a level that I like coming back to. You guys might be, if you remember my D tier video, this level was in it, I'm pretty sure. I have since moved it up. And my deeper dive might even be a little outdated with my opinion on it. I don't know. But yeah, I've come to realize that the soundtrack is really good. First F777 soundtrack ever in the game. Once again, I say this word a lot. It set a precedent for soundtracks from F777, to be clear. And I like that. I think F777 soundtracks are some of the best that we get a lot of times, and I'm very okay with this level starting that off. It also only stays in this blue theme the entire time, but I'm once again fine with that. I really like this blue theme, and I'm glad that it made a cameo in Jack-O-Lantern. Go check out that Deeper Dive episode if you want. But the thing that I think kills this level, and it killed it initially too, I was just more harsh about it. It's boring. Like, it's probably one of the most boring levels ever. It's just boring. The obstacles are cool. They come from Halloween, but the way they're colored here makes them look even better in my opinion. But everything that I'm saying, the route can't make up for it. Like, this used to be a 4-star, and I mean, it wasn't even rated as a 4-star, which is funny, so I don't know why they categorized it as a 4-star. And I could see why it got moved down. There's like nothing going on, it feels like. Sure, you could argue this is the 12th level in the game, but we can make that argument for Desert, and I still like that level too. And there's going to be another level on this list that will be an A tier, that was among the first few levels to ever enter the game, so there's actually multiple. So I feel like that argument can kind of get nullified right there. And I just think the only reason I don't come back to this level as often is just because its route is really boring. And you'll see on my thumbnail of my deeper dive how I can make a little bit of a pun out of that, if you can already guess. But let's move on to number 42. Hey look, It's another anniversary level that's not even close to the S tier. Yeah. Storms in Love. I think the best anniversary level we got that didn't end up in S tier. That's a 3-star. The reason is because the reason why I think it's better is because this level can't fall into the trap that Revival and Anniversary fell into. It doesn't have mystery boxes. You already saw that probably, but it only has crowns. Why did Revival not do this? Like, this came out a year before Revival, if you don't know. Why did the level that came out a year after this go back to the mystery box format for the easier level? Are we not making sense here? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, okay. Yeah, what just happened is, it's kind of another segue I'd like to make. This level uses the slime power-up, which, if you don't know, I'm pretty sure me and a lot of the community really dislikes. And that's the main reason this level's in B tier. I love the blue theme. I love the theme, except for the orange one, which unfortunately is this level's theme, but the crown roots are actually fun, unlike mystery boxes. So even the gems are pretty fun. Obstacles are pretty solid, I'll admit. But the slime and some other things just make this level very B tier material, to say the least. And I don't know. I think the soundtrack is honestly pretty mid. I've never liked Lovey's soundtrack, to be honest. That's one of the other major things holding it back to B tier. Another thing is just some routing issues. They're very minor, though. I won't even bring them up because I don't even know if people will understand what I'm saying. That's just totally me, though. That, like, it could probably be a little higher in B tier if it wasn't for me being so nitpicky about this level. But when it comes to anniversary levels, I feel like I can be so nitpicky. That's just what I think. And if it wasn't for like the mediocre soundtrack and the slime power-up, I think you could call it that, being here, I think this level could have been at least A tier, and it's just not. I mean, Love E, it's a lot worse, so this level could have been worse, to be fair. And I guess the ending doesn't really feel as climactic anymore either, so there's that. I could do that though. That's fun. That's very fun. I somehow managed to do that. The soundtrack ended early, which I think is fun. Yeah, you could kind of abuse the slime mechanic, which is kind of funny, to be honest. But yeah, let's move on to our next level. Our first, and certainly not our last, co-creation level of this video, we have Mutation Crisis. Man, it's crazy I used to have this level in like S tier, then F tier, then like B tier is where it ended up. I had like a spout, actually it was the opposite way around. It was like F tier, S tier, B tier. It kind of worked its way down. I just thought the soundtrack was better than it really was, to be honest. And I don't know, the soundtrack's really good, but I can't just rate a level off its soundtrack. Okay, well, that was a bit of foreshadowing. This level is, it's just, to me, if that's the best way I could describe it. I feel like this level might be a little controversial placement, because it is, like, number 41, I think. So I guess take that as you will, but I'm just gonna let the rest of this level play out, because this is, out of all the levels in this video, this is probably the level I have the least to say about. So if y'all just want to watch some clips of Mutation Crisis, here y'all go. Y'all can also watch the deeper dive for this video, or for this level. It's in the teens. I'm pretty sure it's episode 16 though. Funny enough, the next co-creation level on this list, and number 40, Observatory. Don't worry, we'll get to more co-creation levels like literally right after this. But for Observatory, this level and the next level on this list can be pretty interchangeable. You probably know what's coming next. But both of these levels just kind of... I had high expectations. The bar was set high. And not only did they walk face first into the bar, I think they walked like waist first into the bar. That's how bad they were in terms of my expectations. They're still pretty good, don't get me wrong. But what was supposed to happen? Not even close to what the final result was. Both of these levels were supposed to have... what the level next was supposed to have a third theme, like Sugarfall and Fruity Paradise. This level was supposed to have multiple different crown mechanics, which I thought were going to be really fun. And same thing with the next level, actually. It was supposed to have some special crown mechanics. And what did we get? Not that. And as you already saw in the 2-star video, their 2 bonuses are so much better. This level does have an FO18 style route, though. To be honest, I think the community coined that term from this level. Or at least they said that about this level, especially when it came out. But yeah, I mean, it has good obstacles, good theming, really good soundtrack. Soundtrack's definitely a highlight of this level for me, to be honest, compared to the next level. The next level I like for different reasons, and the only reasons, as I was saying, the only reason it's higher is just from an obstacle standpoint, and I just kind of like the theme of it better. But for that reason, I won't spend much time on the next level. But the crowns on this level are actually really cool. I do want to bring that up. The reason that this level is even so high in the B tier, especially when it didn't really hit my bar, is because its route is still really good. Like, everything about this level is pretty good, I'd say, pretty average. This level introduced asymmetrical duels. We wouldn't have Passionate Love like the way we know it now if this level hadn't done it. And it introduces it really well. The ending makes you feel like you're a star. No pun intended, because I know a star was literally just right there as an obstacle. But this level really does make you feel really good, especially at the ending. However, like, this level is planned to be so much better, and it just wasn't as good as it was supposed to be. And the same thing goes for next level, Parade Pageantry. Unlike Observatory, this level, I think, has a better obstacle selection, and I like the pink better. The themes are also much better because they're actually not the same. Like most levels, I can't use that. I was about to use Legendary Racing as an example, but the retexture happened. Let's say Amusement Park. The Midnight Go Round and Amusement Park have the exact same themes, except they're just different colors. This level doesn't have that. The back, yeah, see, the design just changed, which is pretty cool. And I think that's the only reason I put it higher, because literally everything I just said about Observatory can apply to this level. So unlike Mutation Crisis, I'm just going to stop this level because I have nothing more to say, and I've said pretty much everything. Everything I said about Observatory pretty much just applies to this level as well, except for the theme thing. Our 4th co-creation in a row, and don't worry, we'll get up to 6. Firefly Valley. So, I initially put this level S tier, like I do with a lot of levels, because I'm ambitious. This level is even worse than Starlight Desert, in my opinion. That's because this level feels so empty. Like, I feel like there's just nothing here. It has a good soundtrack, I'll admit, kind of one of the reasons I put it high. It has decently good crown routes, I guess. But the feeling I get when playing this level is not the feeling I should get when playing this level. I feel like I'm more on, I feel like I'm more just on Earth than in the space, like I should feel. Like in a desert or something like that. I don't feel in a desert. I feel like this is more of a, I don't know, more of a space feeling level, if you know what I mean. You probably don't. I'm probably the only person that feels like that, but I just don't really like how Minimax like did the I don't know what to call it, the theming. Like, it's not the background theme, it's not the route either. I have a lot more to say about this level in my deeper dive, which is coming out really soon. Like, it's going to be out like maybe a week from now. Like, it's very close to coming out. But I'll talk a lot more differently about this level, because I don't know, I just wanted to keep it normal. But I feel like in this video I can explain how I feel about the thematic stuff going on here. Not only that, this level is just kind of boring. It has that repetitive route nature that I feel like its main level definitely didn't have. Starlight Desert is much better than this level. We will talk about that level in our 5-star rating video, but we have a lot to talk about in that video. There's more levels than here in that video. So there's like 60, so stick around for that. But let's move on to our next level. Our 5th co-creation level in a row. Y'all know I don't like disco tempo, but I'm sorry. Everyone loves this level, and I feel like, why? I think this is one of the most annoying levels to play. Some of, like, the worst routing we've seen for co-creation levels, and people say it's the masterpiece. Like, Declan Hugo, are you on drugs or something? Well, okay. We might know the answer, but no hate. But I don't like this level. It's definitely not for me. Definitely not my level. I really hate, like, trying to perfect this level, because it's just so annoying with the mover combinations with the bridges. It's not fun. At least it has a good soundtrack and really great theming. Awesome theming. I'm not saying that Beach Party Rock is the best level, but it's better. And I think that's just because the route doesn't absolutely suck. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's sometimes, but it's not as bad as this. This may be just me raging or something, you could call it that, but I just don't like this level personally. It has great crown routes though, I'll admit. All these crown routes are pretty fun. The gem routes are where I start to hate a little bit though, especially near the end. And this gem route's fine, but anything after the 3rd crown, I think it just starts to get pretty bad. Oh. As I was saying, anything after the 3rd crown, I'd say, is where it starts to get pretty bad. You'll sit at me if I don't die here. I forgot how fast that mover combo happens. Yeah, okay. Oh, I thought the theme changed. You can tell I just don't play this level. And I just don't like it. Normally I reserve levels I don't play because I don't like for C tier, but I think this level has good enough design for that. I'll get rickrolled. I don't know, I think it's fine. It's a good version, honestly. That did make me laugh in the soundtrack video. This gem, actually, I hate that gem. When I was trying to perfect this level, it took me so many attempts to do that. And that gem, too. That gem is a troll, because you can only go from the left side. If you go from the right side, you just die. It's so annoying. At least the soundtrack's good, and at least the concept is better. I think Beach Party Rock just executed everything so much better, though. And I think this level is way too overloved by the community. Okay, guys, trust me, this is the last co-creation level in a row. Kind of. The next, whatever. But, Sugarfall. You guys might be confused, because I did put this in A tier. I've moved it down since. My opinion can change. And that would be because I think this level is actually kind of boring and has a pretty lame excuse for a soundtrack, if I'm gonna be honest. Just, you could call this level Fruity Paradise Remix, and I think you wouldn't fool anybody. Like, it's, sure, maybe some people may like that. I just find it kind of unoriginal. There's literally moments from the soundtrack in here, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool mod. It sounds the same. Like, if you just showed, or if you, I guess, like, put the music up to my ear in the middle of a soundtrack, and you told me, like, is it Sugarfall or Fruity Paradise? I might not know. Now, if you like made me listen to the beginning, I would immediately know it's Sugarfall, but like that's just because it's different. As for the routing, it's kind of fun, I guess. This is fun. There's some more like, what do you call it? Like modern routing styles here, because this is a 2025 level. But I'd say it's probably one of the worst, to be honest. Robo Toy still takes that cake for now, but this level is still not much better. The only thing holding this up is I really love the concept of 3D Paradise and all the obstacles that's in it. So that it does get a huge boost from that, to be honest. And I love all of the like background animations or stuff, you know. All of the power-ups you get to use in this video level make it feel very alive too, which does help. I just think that this level could have been so much better, and the soundtrack definitely is a really big hit for me because I was expecting something better. I hope we get a third bonus with the green theme to just see if they can do better. I still get this crown wrong, but I don't care. I do like the pink theme best though, so that's a little bit of a nice thing this level has. Also, you could do this. I'm invisible. I don't know why, I think that's really funny. But let's kind of end our streak with the co-creation levels and move on to A tier. Okay, this is Luca's video. I've showed him before. Go subscribe to him. But this is Parade Pageantry Error. Yeah. I'll be including these levels on here. Yeah. They were technically a part of the game's history. Yeah. I think all of the error levels are funny enough to boost them at least to A tier, but of the 5 of them, this is by far the worst one. Because I think the soundtrack's just the worst of the 5. I don't know. That's just how I feel about this level. It's just Parade Pageantry with an incredibly weird soundtrack, if I'm going to be honest. I still haven't done a deeper dive on this one. Like, what am I supposed to say about this? Like, it was hard enough filming the other 3 I've already filmed. Well, one of them was really easy because it's my favorite, and we'll get there in this video. This video does have my favorite error level, but that will be in a while from now. Basically, if you didn't know, the error levels are all April Fool's levels that aren't in the game anymore because they're just an April Fool's Day update. And it just makes the soundtrack have weird Chinese voices in the background. Yeah, it sounds like this. This is your end result. Nothing in the level is changed. It's total just a soundtrack thing. The thumbnails are different. I can't show that, but they're just basically pink with the happy ball on it. I think that in this case, it boosts the soundtrack, but there is one level, the case where it actually ruins the soundtrack, in my opinion. There's 2 levels where it does that. One of them we'll talk about today, one of them we will not, because it's a 5-star. But yeah, that's all I can really say about this error level. I don't know if I'll be able to talk about many of them too in depth, because they're kind of the same thing. But yeah, that's Parade Pageantry Error. Let's just move on to the next level. It's less weird, guys, trust. Up next, Dynamic Cube. It's Dynamic Cube time. Gosh, I really do love this level. Yeah, just so you guys know, we're not even past halfway yet, and we're still in the A tier. We're in the A tier, and we're still in the bottom half of this list. That just shows you how good I think 3 stars are. I think 3 stars are the best level difficulty. To be honest, I think they're better than 5 stars, but that's just all me. And this level is really fun. Honestly, really fun level. It has good crowns, pretty good gems, I'd say. The only part it screws up is pretty much the end, I'd say. The second time the themes turn purple. Like, this part's fine. I like this purple theme. There's a really hard gem, but whatever, you know. If you miss it, you could still kind of recover, too. Well, I guess not. But, yeah, some people... It's really hard for people to do that gem. And I understand. It was hard for me at once, but I understand it now. This part's really cool. And overall, I think the soundtrack's really cool. And this theme is, well, kind of unoriginal. I could see the argument for that. It works really well. And it's definitely very cubey. I wish there's like a cube skin you could play as. That'd be so funny. I would immediately get that. I don't know what benefit you could get from it though. That crown is really hard, and I think this is where the level starts to turn a little bit worse from a routing standpoint. Not that it's that bad. It just kind of falls off a little bit. Oh, pretend I finished because I don't want to have to buy checkpoints. But yeah, this level really, really good. There's minor issues that make me not able to put it in S tier, I'd say. And oh my god, I'm sorry, there was a spider on my shirt. I hate the outdoors. And yeah, I don't know. I think that this level is just a really fun one to play. Sorry, the spider interrupted my train of thought. In 33rd place, we have Monty. Mana D. Don't expect a deeper dive about this level for a very long time. It's already filmed, and I know when it's coming out, but I can't tell. This level is such a good Fat Rat collab. The first ever level to introduce crowns. And, I mean, I can't argue that this level is a bad intro to crowns. I think the crowns on this level really do help introduce the player to crowns, especially back then. We didn't know what crowns really were. They're just extra collectibles. I mean, we know that now. They're just harder routes. And I think they made them look a little bit like gem routes until the third crown, where we really understand, oh, they're going to ramp up the difficulty for these. Okay, yeah, I understand. Let's do this. And I'm so okay with that. I think it's a really great thing that this level introduced them. Like, this crown right here, this could probably be a gem, let's be real. But I'm glad that it's not. Same thing for the second crown. And then the third crown really starts to ramp up the difficulty. And I am so okay with it. The way this level does things, in collaboration with, or in combination with a collaboration, I think this level is really good. Only thing keeping this out of S tier, in my opinion, is that it's just a little boring at sometimes. Since it is an easy 2-star, or 3-star, sorry, could be a 2-star, that's just kind of why. There's some boring parts. Like in the middle, I was kind of talking more about the crown stuff. Yeah, like that's pretty challenging. I was just trying to fill some time there because I thought that part was pretty boring. But the soundtrack really does fit with the level as well. That's something I do want to say, that, you know, I've always thought that. But yeah, that's just what I got to say about Monty. Really good level, really solid, and definitely a great introduction to crowns. They did it really well. All right, up next we have Forest V1. This is what they took from us. This is what they took from us, guys. This is my video, by the way, so don't accuse me of stealing. This is what they took from us. There's some minor routing changes. I'll say that they don't really play that much of a part in my decision. What really like caused... Oh yeah, this crown is completely different, but I like it a lot more. The reason that this level is so much better is because A, it's not mini level. I haven't mentioned the mini level thing, but yeah, it's not mini level. And B, the theme. The theme change. You know what theme change I'm talking about, most likely, because I mentioned it in the V2. But it's after this theme. There is a theme change that you did not see when I was playing the other version. And it makes a hell of a difference. The other level was in D tier. This is in A tier. I mean, granted, it's lower A tier, but like still. Yeah, right here. This just works. Like, you're in the forest now. You're back in the forest. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. You're playing the whole forest. The theme should appear on once, right? That's its main theme. But then it burns down. You're in like California. Okay, I'm sorry, that was a little dark. But it actually makes sense. The theming makes sense. And that is something that I feel like we need back in this level. Like, let's bring back Forest V1. This might be a surprising pick to be honest, for this high up in the A tier, for 31st place, but I really like the Shadow Warrior. I think it's better than Ghost Warrior. Or Ghost Samurai, whatever. Soundtrack, much better. Red theme, much better in my opinion. Obstacles, clean. That's something I do like about Ghost Warrior. Go check out episode 12 of Deeper Dive to check out my Ghost Samurai, Ghost Warrior, whatever. Opinions on that. This Deeper Dive hasn't come out yet, but like Firefly Valley, this level's Deeper Dive will be out like in maybe 2 weeks. So be on the lookout for that, so I talk a little bit more in depth on it. This level's ball speed is very slow, but I'm okay with that. It is a 3-star after all, so it does make a lot of sense. And I like how the soundtrack and the themes kind of collide. Like, this was the last bonus that we had for years until Goblin Town came out. And I just had to come to terms with the fact that this might be the last bonus that we had. It was a damn good bonus to finish off. And I still think that it's a really good bonus, and it was a damn good bonus to finish this off. This gem's pretty hard though. Yeah, okay. Well, whatever. I don't need to finish the level because I feel like I've already conveyed enough of a point. There's nothing special to see at the end. This is just a really good level. Kind of nostalgic, if you want to call it that, but it just has good route. The ball speed being slow honestly kind of works for this level, and it just does a significantly better job than its main level, which is really nice when a bonus can do that. This is Shaw Vibes video, but up next we have Alone in 30th place. This is the only Alan Walker on any of my lists to not be an S tier. And you want to know why? I don't even need to talk about the rest of this level. Cool themes, cool obstacles. The dual portal was introduced, really cool. I mean, it wasn't really that challenging because they were symmetrical, but whatever. Great soundtrack, honestly, awesome soundtrack, best part of the level. Let's skip to the part that is really bad. Oh yeah, 10% from now. 10% of this level ruins this level. From 90% on, this level sucks. The route, awful. Dog crap. That crown sucks. Awful. They crammed 5 gems into the end of this level. 5. That crown, horrible. Horrible crown. One of the worst crowns in the game. 5 gems at the end. Did they even try to route this level good in the last 10%? I think they were like, we're good enough. People are going to overlook the last 10% because it's okay, let's be, it's dog shit. Like, it's awful. Like, I really hate this level. Rage bait at its finest. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I really hate that last 10% of this level. And that is enough to put it in, like, mid A tier for me, honestly. I can't. Let's just move on to the next level. In 29th place, I bet you forgot this level existed. It's Rainbow Castle. Okay, yeah, in all realism, I really did. Okay, who else comes back and plays this level often? Hashtag forgettable. Yeah. No, honestly, I think this level is really good. It's better than Happy, in my opinion. They're both in A tier, but this level is just a little bit better. And I think the soundtrack really complements this level. It has the little stumpy guys, I don't know. And I don't know, I think it's just routed really well. In comparison to Happy, Happy doesn't really feel happy. This level feels really happy. It fits the fairy tale theme a lot better, in my opinion. And this level you'll see a deeper dive from in a long time from now, but I'll go a lot more in depth on this level, like there. But I think I do forget to mention the fact that this level's actually happy, whereas yeah, Happy does not feel happy when you're trying to perfect it. Like me trying to perfect Happy. Cuts to the picture of the angry ball. Like this level's more fun, way more chill. It's right next to Competition Park's bonus, ironically, Game Zone, which we will see a little bit later. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this level. Good soundtrack. Honestly, soundtrack's really good. Good obstacles. Love the green theme. Wish it was Happy's main theme, but I'm really glad it's this level's main theme now. And it just has really good route all around. Really good route with these things. Yeah, this crown's really fun. And my favorite part of this level is this crown. I love this crown. I don't know, it's pretty easy, but still really fun to get. And overall, a awesome level. A level that was supposed to be a 1-star, at least we all thought it was going to be. Otherworld in 28th place. Oh, okay. This level uses all the Day of the Dead stuff because it is Day of the Dead's bonus, so of course, why would it not? It even uses the upside down thing. Just gotta know where you're going. And I think that they did a pretty good job here. I think it would have been pretty worse if it was a 1-star. And sure, it's short. Yeah, I mean, it's short. Is it way too short? No, I'd say. I don't think it needed to be longer. I'm not sure I wanted it to be longer, to be honest. I don't know, the Day of the Dead stuff is, it's cool, I guess, you know. I don't have much to say about Day of the Dead or Otherworld, to be honest. It's a holiday level. I wouldn't call it a Halloween level. But it's still pretty fun. I'm kind of glad I died there. The only thing I have to mention is the third crown, which we didn't get to. You've seen me complain about it before. Episode 104, I'm pretty sure it was Otherworld, Deeper Dive. I said a lot about that crown and how much I don't really like it. Weird hitbox issues, and stuff like that. But otherwise, this level is pretty good, and I feel like it's very worthy of an A tier position here. In 27th place, the best of the worst, if you want to call it that, because it is the best level of the worst half of the list. It's Tactic Core. Yeah, we love Tactic Core, honestly. I'm a big fan of Tactic Core. Compared to Mecha, this level does it a lot better. Amazing soundtrack. Soundtrack really does help feel like the level is what it is. I think Mecha's soundtrack's more suited for its level, but I think this soundtrack's more suited for this level. And it, like Neon, it's one of the only levels that can actually pull off that multiple theme change thing consistently. It was really sad when RSGD got like kicked out of Cheetah Mobile for exposing that, but then he just got like rehired. He came back to YouTube or something like that. Crazy, but really fun level. And the crowns are really good. I know I missed that one. I've never missed that before. But they're pretty easy, but they're pretty fun too. The thing about this level that keeps it back from being S tier is because, like a lot of these levels we'll see in the next few spots, I'd say, there's random spots that I think are just really boring. And as we get closer to S tier, I'll try to explain the like very minor flaws that I think prevent them from being in there. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this level. After this theme change right there, it gets kind of pretty boring until the end, so I feel like I don't have much more to say. In 26th place, worst of the best, I guess, we have Furnace, which is the bonus of Industrial Age, and I think we all know what everyone thinks about Industrial Age. Yeah. But, this level is honestly a lot more fun than a lot of people make it out to be. Compare it to Industrial Age, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. F777 soundtrack, so of course I'm going to like it, you know. Love the soundtracks there. And it's honestly just kind of fun to play. I think we can all probably at least try to guess what my nitpick about this level is. And remember how this level came out in the update with the Wizard of Oz? No, you don't. That's fine. The Wizard of Oz didn't have any crowns, correct? Right? Mm-hmm. Do you think this level has crowns? Oh, you do? Oh, sorry, you're wrong. This level doesn't have crowns. Why? If I'm going to guess, it's probably because this level came out in an update with a level that didn't. This level should have had crowns. And I see no reason, no valid excuse for this level not to have crowns. Kaleidoscope, the only other co-creation level to not have crowns, That one makes sense. It was supposed to be a 1-star. They overshot. Okay, I can understand that. That makes sense. I'm okay with that. Because Kaleidoscope is already good anyway. It's really good anyway. This level had no valid excuse to do that. And I feel like it should have had crowns. And if it did, this level might have been S tier. I doubt it would have been because I'm not really a big fan of the concept of the theme anyway. But we can keep that a secret, you know? At least it has a good soundtrack and it redeems the qualities that Industrial Age was pretty bad at maintaining in the first place. Just like Parade Pageantry and Observatory, Out of Control always goes with Furnace on these lists. They will always be right next to each other. And that's because I feel like they're kind of the same thing. They're bonuses from co-creation level. They're co-creation bonuses of co-creation main levels that I think were pretty either bad or, in Heartbreak's case, decent. In comparison, these ones are just better. This level in specific makes your ears shatter. That's my only nitpick with this level. It's also, say it with me, way too short. I think they could have done a little more with this level. That's not really too much of a nitpick. That wouldn't be a nitpick that keeps it out of S tier, to be honest, for this level, because I think it is pretty decently sized. The main issue I have with this level is the shattering your ears, especially if you have headphones in. But then also, after it shatters your ears, you have to turn up the volume again, because you can barely hear it. Like, I'm telling you, once I get past this part, that this would shatter your ears if you had headphones, you will not be able to hear it. Like, it's very challenging to hear. And it's right around 80%, where you just can't hear anything. And it's kind of annoying. Like right here. I'll stop talking to see if you guys can even hear it. Like with sound effects, it's so hard to hear. And I understand you can turn them off, but I'm not going to. I'm just not. Last thing is I think this last crown is really bad. If I hadn't hit that, I had invincibility there, but like it's really easy to hit the gate. But with that, let's move on to our number 24 spot. Oh no, I really disagree with you putting this level soundtrack in your top 15 favorite soundtracks video. Okay, I'm sorry, I just had to make fun of you. All love, but like, I know I can change my mind. But I finally took this level out of S tier because I feel like it's not S tier anymore. I think this level is probably worse than New Year. Okay, you got me to admit it. Are you happy now? I wouldn't even say it's way too short. I would just say it's just kind of boring sometimes. The soundtrack is kind of an issue for me. It is way too quiet. Like, we could agree with that, right? It's too quiet. The consensus is it's too quiet. Unlike Poker or like what's another loud soundtrack? Oh yeah, Out of Control at that one part. This level's kind of fun at least though. It has the green background I like the green background more. And a lot of you guys didn't know. I was surprised a lot of you guys didn't know this. There's a third theme right here. This is a different theme. There's a wreath in the background if you look. I'm playing, so I can't really look. But, I just got pelted with something. I hate the outdoors. Well, anyway, and nothing new would have really happened anyway. It has mystery boxes. I bet you probably forgot that because it has the other box mechanic from New Year. I thought that was kind of funny, though. I didn't really even realize until I saw them spinning, and I was like, how do I get a crown? And so that's kind of cool. But there's nothing that special about this level, I realized. So I think I'm going to move it down to A tier. I don't think it'll ever go to B tier because I think it still has a lot of good stuff going for it. But yeah, I don't think it's S tier material anymore. A level I did once have an S tier. Romantic Afternoon. That was totally recency bias. Like, let's be real. It has a good soundtrack. Yes, it does. It has a good meaning behind it. Yes, love, blah, blah, blah. It didn't really come out when it should have. The real problem I have with this level is that I feel like the level itself, like the route and stuff, is just kind of bland all the time. I mean, there's some moments where it picks up, but like if you weren't gonna try to perfect this level, it could be kind of boring. The dual portals is definitely where it comes out and picks up, and the soundtrack is definitely a high point of the level for me. But otherwise, it's not really that challenging for a 3-star, which I'm fine with. It doesn't always need to be challenging, but like I don't know, it's just kind of boring sometimes. And I guess I didn't realize that initially. I mean, I did put it in low S tier, thinking that I was overrating it, and I was, but okay. Yeah, I mean, there's not much for me to say about this level anyway. This is also one of the levels like Mutation Crisis that I have so little to say about. I guess it's cool with the dual portal at the end. We don't need to talk about the end of the soundtrack. Some people don't like this level for it. I would not blame you. I think it's really weird. Other than that, there's not much to this level. As of the time I'm filming this, the newest 3-star tech tied, Beach Harbor. I am actually really okay with this level. It's really close to S tier. This level manages to do what its main level could not do. Have a good route. Yeah. Unfortunately, I do like the blue theme better, but it has the underground mechanic, which I think really works here. I wonder if they just saw Poor Night Wandering, though, and are just like, yeah, it's getting removed, so I'm going to get all the glory for this now using the underground mechanic. Yeah, they're just like, I'm going to take all the credit for this underground stuff now. Sorry, Deck 1 Hugo. The F777 soundtrack here really does help. Really do like it. They kind of cut it badly at the end, I'll admit, but whatever. We could deal with it. I really like that crown, using the underground to get it. It's really fun. We need more underground stuff, and I think it's really fun that this level uses it. It does have the earliest crown, third crown in the game now, which is actually pretty interesting. It's this one right here. Pretty cool. Yeah, nothing too interesting about this level. It does use the underground mechanic as traps, which is something that we've never seen before, and it's very cool, honestly. Love the obstacles. I think we could finally say that the Lighthouse Alley Beach Harbor thing at least has one good set of levels now, and there is finally a good sea level again. That's great. We don't want to go back to Lighthouse Alley level. Okay, this is Noah's video, but just so you guys know, you obviously know I'm subscribed to him, but this is Moonlit Night Movement Error. This is one of the two soundtracks I was talking about earlier that I think actually makes the level worse. Because you'll see Moonlit Night Movement later. We haven't talked about it yet, whereas with Parade Pageantry we had talked about it yet, and the other error level that we've seen, or the Sugarfall, which has an error level, you haven't seen the error version yet as well. So this is the only 3-star one that I feel like the soundtrack actually kind of makes the level worse. And for me, there's really only one part of the soundtrack that actually makes me laugh every time I hear it. Why? This is Tactic Core. What are we doing? Like, this isn't edited in. This is actually what it sounded like. Like, I'm sorry. This is insane. Like, it's that part's funny, and I feel like that's enough to carry this to the second best level of A tier. But let's move on to the best level in A tier. One of the newest bonuses in the game at the time, Totem. When I was placing this level on the tier list, when I was coming up with this script, I had such a tough time debating, should this be S tier? Should it be A tier? And I finally decided on best in A tier. This is best in A tier, like every difficulty combined. This is my favorite level in A tier, in general. And that's because the soundtrack is so good, and I think the route of this level is actually a lot better than people think. Throw in all the chieftain obstacles and that kind of stuff, and it gives you a really good level, to be honest. It uses these seesaws, which are seen, I'm pretty sure, previously in, like, Sewing Factory or something, which is pretty cool. And they use the effects really well. There's not as much music sync as in Chieftain, but I don't think this level needed it. I don't know if there's like truly a reason why I decided not to put this level in S tier. I just think it's not S tier material. It's really close. This could, like, I could wake up the next day after filming this and be like, oh no, this is S tier, and I just wouldn't know. However, it does kick off the top 20, so there is that. It's just a little something about the routing, but it'd be like the most minor nitpick ever. And I just think that since it did come out, I want to be a little bit more cautious about where I put it. Although this part of the soundtrack does hit hard. It's really good. If it was a bit later and I still liked it as much as I do now, I would probably end up putting it in S tier. But as for now, the lowest spot in S tier goes to another level we haven't covered yet. We'll get to it in the next episode of this series. You'll see it. But for now, this level's going to stick to the highest level in A tier, which is still an honor, to be honest. It used to be like a kaleidoscope for a long time, so it beat him out. Let's move on to our S tier. I feel like everyone forgets this level exists. Like, right? It's so good. The concept, it's there. Like, the concept of this level with the sweets and stuff, so good. I mean, literally, it tastes so good, probably. It's so much better in Delicacy Temptation. I'll talk about that in the next episode, definitely. And in the deeper dive of film that will come out in a while. But as for right now, I'll just say, definitely the better level of the two. Great obstacles, some of my favorite in the game. Only thing keeping this in very low S tier, it's mystery boxes. I don't like one of the mystery, actually two of them. The one back there that I didn't go for, and there's one at the end that I don't like a lot. I think it's the 8th one. I don't like the 8th one, yeah. That one's really stupid because I think it's impossibly challenging to get it. Other than that, though, it's really good, really fun. Overall, if I was rating it like I would in Deeper Dive, I'd give this a 9, though, because of those mystery box issues. Soundtrack right here is really good. Soundtrack is really good in general. I guess I haven't brought that up yet. And I feel like everyone forgets this level exists, which I don't blame you, because it is kind of old. It's Cheetah Mobile era. But, I mean, I feel like this level gets overlooked so often. It's short, but it's sweet, literally. Of course, it's not, like, way too short. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't like that mystery box, because, like, you have to swipe so fast to get it, and I feel like it's kind of unreasonable. These last two, though, are pretty fun. Going around the gate and, like, those swipes, you feel like you're in Revival, the level. Really fun, overall. Really great level that I actually do enjoy coming back to a lot more than you would think that I do. Alright, our last fan-made level of this list, because there's only 3 stars, fan-mades. Earthcore Adventures, also the last fan-made. Great soundtrack, honestly, really good soundtrack. And I feel like this is a very cinematic approach to end the fan-mades. Put Cave as the first one. End with Cave bonus. Absolute cinema. Definitely a really good idea on their part. I love the pink theme, too. The pink theme is honestly better than the blue theme, in my opinion, and blue's my favorite color. So, that just shows how good it is. I love how they routed this, and they even changed, in my opinion, the biggest flaw that Earthcore Adventures had in Rolling Fan Made, because I have played the Rolling Fan Made version, obviously. And I'll talk about that when we get there, because it's only in one of the themes. The theme only appears once in the level. It's in the green theme. I'll talk about it. It's something to do with the movers, and if you've played the level before, you might know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, they made literally no changes, and I think it's good that they did. The level was already routed really well in Rolling Fan Made. It felt kind of official, although it is a little weird that the gems are all at the end. The only reason I don't place this higher is just because, like I said, the gems at the end are a little weird choice, I think, to keep that way, but it's fine. It's not something that really, like, that's such a minor nitpick that I feel like it doesn't matter that much to even bring up, but yeah, so right when the theme changes here, I'll kind of talk about it. So let's look at the movers. There's only one pair you see right here. Once we see 2 pairs, yeah, orange and yellow. You want to guess what the colors were in Rolling Fan Made? Orange and red. You could not tell them apart, in my opinion. And when you could, they looked ugly. So I'm so glad they changed the colors of those. Even though they only appear for like maybe 5 seconds of the level, it makes a world of a difference to me, honestly. And that was something that was keeping it from being an A tier to S tier. I have so little to talk about with this level, I'm not gonna lie. Great soundtrack. Really better, like a lot better in Competition Park. It makes me appreciate the obstacles, to be honest. Yeah, and there's really only one part of the level that I like a lot, like that keeps it in S tier consistently, and that's the part at 50%. So I think I'll go until 50% and just stop because I literally have so little to say about this level. I was considering moving this out of A tier, and the only reason it's still in S tier for me is honestly because of that one section that I'm talking about. It's not nearly as good as I would have rated it like a year ago. If you guys watched a lot of my videos back then, you'd know that I rated this level really highly. It's good, it's just not that, it's not like top 10 good, especially with the levels that we have now. That are like set in stone in S tier. I have like a set in stone top 7. This part's really good. It fits with the music. The animated themes really help it, and the inverted like power up really makes you feel good. And there's even a crown here for an extra challenge, which is really cool. And you could even stay in there if you use a floating power up. You could stay inverted the rest of the level. I don't know why you would, but I made it short about it. And if you want views, do that. You know. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the rest of this level, because the rest of this level is just kind of boring, in all honesty. In 16th place, barely not making the top 15, we have Space Station. This is probably one of my most controversial picks for S tier I've ever made. Hub also being up there. This level is actually a lot better than the community thinks. And I think almost all the community disagrees with me about this. It's way too short, and I'm like, it's short, but I think we needed a new easiest 3-star. Like, think of it more as a 2-star. How would you think of this level? Like, I feel like you could change your mindset on it. This crown is incredibly challenging. Like, you would not think that. It's incredibly easy to miss it. It's incredibly easy to die on the thing. So yeah, it's challenging. It can be challenging. It is possible. And not only that, it uses probably one of my favorite themes to ever exist, for a space theme especially. And I know I talk about how space theme is kind of overused and stuff. This level does it a little bit differently because it never even changes theme. And it's so short that I feel like it doesn't really matter anyway. If it was going to try to change themes and stuff, be kind of original. I feel like this level tried not to be original, and it kind of worked a little bit. This could be a hypocritical kind of placement, but whatever. It's my list. Say whatever you want about me. Bring it on. I made an hour and a half long video for you guys. Don't criticize me. You could jokingly do it, but please don't actually criticize me. You've hurt my feelings. Aw. You can also do this. That's so fun. I love doing that. The music loops really fast. There's just so many fun things about this level that I really have to put it in S tier. It just feels good. And I really do love this level. It has a special place in my heart, to be honest. In 15th place, we have one of the most controversial new levels I've ever seen the community hate on. Midnight Go Round. I love this level. It is actually so cool. One of the learniest 3-stars I've ever seen, I'll admit. You have to learn it. It takes a lot of work. You have to break certain glass tiles, then utilize the thing that doesn't break glass to go back and do this, so you can activate the movers and do that. Yeah, sounds confusing, but it's so fun. And it's an idea that they have never tried before. And I am all here for it. I love this concept. Like, they should have tried this a long time ago. It's so fun. And you can kind of make up your own route if you want. And let's not even, like, we haven't even talked about the soundtrack yet. It's so fun. Sure, it's a bit learny, but it's a hard 3-star. I feel like that's fair. We've been getting a lot of hard levels to perfect recently too, so I feel like we can't be complaining here. I understand that you could probably say that this level is like too learny, but you could always skip the level and come back to it, to be honest. The way they did everything in this level feels so good, and it's not better than Amusement Park, but like that's a top 10 level you're trying to beat. I feel like that's just not possible. And it still feels like it carries the same energy that Amusement Park did. I don't feel like there's anything personally that wrong with this level. Only there just being 14 better ones, to be honest. I can't really think of a single thing this level does too wrong. It's incredibly innovative and definitely like among one of the first of its kind. I hope we see levels that use gimmicks like this in the future sometime, because I love me a level that uses gimmicks. If you watched last video with Abyss Traps or any of my Abyss Traps videos, you know how I feel about gimmicks, and it's definitely a positive feeling. In 14th place, yes, I'm serious, 14th place. A year ago, this would have been first place. We got Moonlit Night Movement. I understand that I very overrated this level, but at the time, it's what we had. We didn't have the number 1 spot on this video, which you probably could have guessed from the beginning. I'm probably not even going to try to hide it. Yeah. I kind of overrated it. Still love the theming, still love the soundtrack. I still love everything about this level. I just love it less now. And to be honest, that's pretty much all I have to say about this level, because I've already said a lot about how I love this level, what specifically I love about this level, what specifically I love about the soundtrack, what specifically I love about everything route-wise in this level. I just appreciate it a lot less now, and I might have overrated it, I might have not. This might have just gotten essentially power crept on, if you want to call it that, by newer levels, and I think that's probably what happened. And that's pretty much what I gotta say about this level. Sorry for y'all Moonlit Night Movement lovers. In 13th place, we definitely got one that's gonna surprise someone. Trick or Treat. No, I'm not asking. I'm telling. The soundtrack of this level is so good. Definitely one of my favorites. This is my personal favorite Halloween level of all time. And it just is. I don't know. I love the purple theme. I love how they routed this level. There's some incredible music sync in the 30%. And this is one of the best Cheetah Mobile era levels of all time, not counting the Alan Walker levels, because I feel like those are kind of an easy off, you know. There's one coming next after this placement. So you're going to see actually a lot of Alan Walker levels coming up right now. Yeah, the music sync right there is actually really cool. It's just really good. And there's even like the fog here. I think that there's fog coming up. Yeah, right here. The Steam era fog, although it wasn't even invented there. There is a diagonal tile there, which I did rant about in Gemini, but this level is harder than Gemini. Gemini is like the number 5 or 6 on the level list, so this is number like 22 now or something. After Midnight Go Round, I don't know what it is, but still, you do get to do the wall ride mechanic, but back in this level and Monster Course, it really didn't have a use. That like I don't really understand why it even existed then if we're not going to use it for really anything special. But the ending of this level is where it's really at. Like the soundtrack really pumps it up, in my opinion, like really good. You got the skeletons throwing everything, the easiest crown you've ever seen. Well, there's easier ones, but that one's pretty easy. And you just got some really great obstacles with this level. Everything about this level just feels really linear and non-linear at the same time, and it does really fit the Halloween spirit. Really good. In 12th place, oh my god, we have Own Remix. This is my own video. Just gotta say that. Man, this level. Such a good remix. Definitely Well, it's close to my favorite remix. There is another remix that is better in my opinion, but you'll see that one like very soon. You'll see it. But as for this level, it's kind of what we had left of Ignite with that theme there, and this level just remember we talked about Alone. This level fixes what Alone did. It did put all the crowns at the end, like Alone. However, these crowns are actually good, and I'm actually very confused. I don't know if this level is a 3-star or a 2-star. I've seen both. So, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's a 3-star. I'm 90% sure it's a 3-star, but I've seen people say it's a 2-star. So if this is in the wrong video, I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's a 3-star. And it was a 3-star when it came out, so I'm going to keep it there. That's something I did want to bring up in case you guys were wondering where it was in the last video. If it is a 2-star, I couldn't buy it, or I couldn't keep it because I have an Android. So, if you bought it, you didn't get refunded for it, and it just kind of got off your device, which is kind of annoying because I did buy it, and I was kind of pissed off by that. But whatever, we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about it. This level is just such a joy, and the only reason it doesn't make top 10 is because there are some boring spouts, like my rant back there. It was kind of a boring spout, like a few other levels I mentioned where I go on rants and I'm just doing it to kind of cover up the boring spots. That was kind of it there too. However, the nostalgia factor and just how good it is, especially compared to Alone, really helped boost this into 12th place and almost make it to the top 10. This is Noah's video, but number 11, barely missing out in the top 10, is Sugarfall Error. This level is by far my favorite of the errors. And there's only 2 that make it to S tier, and the other one you haven't seen in this video. Because it's not a 3-star. This one is just so funny. There's random text there. I don't even know what it means, but it's so funny. Like, I just love how it is. Like, compared to normal Sugarfall, where the soundtrack, in my opinion, is actually really kind of a pretty bad thing. I think that this one just improves it so much, especially because, like I mentioned a lot when talking about Sugarfall, that its soundtrack was kind of the problem for me, and this level actually boosts it. Like, I wish this was the soundtrack all the time. I know that's kind of weird to say because it is kind of a bad, well, like a joke soundtrack, but like there's so many references, like Emerald City references. Like, I love Emerald City, so I'm so okay with an Emerald City reference, but like this level is crazy with its new soundtrack, and I am all for it. I'm not going to be going against Sugarfall Error. I feel like I can't justify putting this in a top 10 in literally any video, because I feel like that's kind of it's not even permanent. Well, it's not even that. It's just like, it's kind of a joke level, but it's really close to top 10, and I feel like it probably could beat out the next level that I'm about to tell you guys, but I feel like that'd be a little unfair to this next level. Even though this is like probably, I'm laughing while watching this. I can't. I can't. It's just go into bananas. Like, there's so many funny things here. I'm sorry, this is by far the funniest one to me, and I feel like a lot of people can agree with this, but I don't even know what to say at this point. It's just so stupid but funny at the same time that it's gotta be 11th place, right? Oh yeah, and it does this for a while. In 10th place, the remix I was talking about earlier, that I do like better than Alone remix, Faded remix. Man, you'll see my deeper dive a long time from now, like probably one of the last ones that'll come out. But you'll see a little bit more why I like this level so much. It is just so good. I honestly think that this soundtrack is better than Faded. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think this soundtrack's better than Faded. Yeah, I'm gonna say it one more time. I think this soundtrack is better than Faded. I think this remix is that good. Why is this level not ahead of Faded? You'll see, because Faded is next. I'll just say it. Faded is 9th place. And you know what? I think I'm going to talk about Faded simultaneously, so I don't have to go over that level, because this video is already going very long. I'll also save your guys' time. 10th place is Faded Remix, 9th place is Faded. And this level is only lower than Faded because I think that Faded is more iconic level, and it introduced me to all of Alan Walker's songs in general, and I like Faded's routing more. But this level, don't sleep on this level. It's a very fun level. Very fun level to play. Honestly, one of my favorites, both of them, 2 of my favorite 3 stars ever, and I'm really sad that they're permanently removed from the game. It is kind of a letdown. However, we can't, like, grieve about it, if you know what I mean. And we have to just acknowledge what we had at one point. And you know what? What we had was great. And as for Faded, Faded was such a good level. Honestly, one of the most iconic ever in the game. You could probably argue, and I would probably agree with you. There's probably only one other contender, being Neon, or City, I guess. But yeah, these 2 levels are so good. They use the flying power up to the best of their ability, and to me, they're just some of my favorite levels of all time. In 8th place on this list. We're almost done, guys. Sorry for wasting your time, but I know you guys, some of you Ultra fans will want to see this. We have Breaking, the only co-creation level to have mystery boxes, and my god, does this have one of the best soundtracks in the game. This definitely deserves to go on the best soundtracks list, and I hope none of you would agree with me, because I think I will defend this level soundtrack, like, to the end. Honestly, one of the best. It's a better soundtrack than at least 3 of the levels that are coming up after this. Obviously, a soundtrack's not going to carry the level until to number 1, right? I'm winking right now, but you can't see me. As for this level, it's just so fun. I mean, like, it manages to make the mystery box routes actually pretty good. I mean, there's one that is actually keeping this level out of my top 10. I'll talk about that one when we get there. But other than that, I mean, like, literally this entire level is so fun. I feel like there's never a dull moment in this entire level. Even the part that I find kind of bad. And it's not bad, it's an S tier, so obviously there's not going to be a single part that I find bad. It's just a part that I don't necessarily like that much. It's not this part, but it's like near the end. It's closer to the end. I like this mystery box though. Oh, I thought it went up. Okay, I haven't played this level in a while, but I still do like it a lot. It's after this theme change. Not this one. After this theme change, this next one to the green theme. It's the part that I really don't like. It's this dual part that I actually really dislike. Like hitting the thing there. I don't like that mystery box. That mystery box is definitely a really annoying thing, and I often don't go for it because I think the route is so bad. And it's so easy to die in the dual portal. You guys know. And especially when they do asymmetrical duels like that. I mean, I feel like they were kind of obligated to with this level coming out with Passionate Love. But they still did a great job on this level. And it's very deserving for 8th place in the 3-star video. In 7th place, a level whose main theme is almost identical looking to this level. Pretty interesting. We have Crisscross. This level is the bonus of Chess Fortress, and I mean, I'm just going to spoil the 5-star video, but if you guys know me, Chess Fortress is my favorite level in the entire game. So of course, I'm going to like this level. Like, I mean, they could have, like, butchered this level really badly, and I still would have found an excuse to like it a lot. That's in all honesty. Okay, sorry, there's a bug on me. I hate the outdoors. Yeah, like I said, they could have literally, like, made this level have the worst route ever, and I'd still probably find a way to put an S tier. Like, I'd lie about it. Just, like, if the community thought this was F tier, I'd put it in, like, S tier anyway. Because, I mean, I have to stand up for the bonus of my favorite level. Of course, that doesn't obligate me to put it in, like, the top 5. But I do actually think that this level is good on its own. Like, if it wasn't my favorite levels bonus, I would still put it probably in A tier. But since it's chest related, that obviously will automatically put it in the S tier for me, honestly. And the soundtrack's okay. Honestly, I'd say the soundtrack is probably the weak point of this level. And sorry, there's another bug on me. I hate the outdoors. And I'm honestly just very impressed with how this level turned out, especially because it could have gotten worse than oh my god, I hate this bug. You know what, whatever, I'm just gonna stop. Because I need to okay. I think this level is a lot, it could have gone worse. It really could have gone worse. And it turned out incredibly well. Very happy with the result. And I'm not going to say more because I feel like that's all I have to say for this level. In 6th place, barely missing out in the top 5, and the 3rd best co-creation level on this list. Yes, I said 3rd. It's Tribal Hunting. Man, such a good level, honestly. This level has always been one of my favorite co-creation levels, even from the second it came out. When I first heard the soundtrack, I thought this was one of the worst of all time. I'm not gonna lie. Was I on drugs? I saw that, said that about Declan Hugo. Was I on drugs? Maybe because I didn't like this little soundtrack, and I don't know what I was thinking. It has one of the best soundtracks in my opinion of all time. Sure, it might be repetitive, but it really does fit the theme, and I honestly do like the soundtrack anyway now. I just kind of made a dumb choice in my mind. I think this level also has really good routing. It was if you watched Pinkio's level award thing for 2023, it was awarded the weirdest level of 2023, and I don't necessarily disagree. It has some weird choices they chose. First ever level with no lasers. That is a little weird. It introduced the seesaw things where you go on the bottom to go. A little weird. It had a lot of weird things that at the time really didn't fit the routing narrative that Minimax was going for. And once again, another bug on me. I'm getting assaulted by bugs for this video for you guys. You better like this. But anyway, to continue what I was saying, it's just a weird routing style. It didn't really fit the narrative back when this was released, and it really works. It is honestly some of the best I've seen from 2023 looking back on it, because 2023 is a little lackluster year. Minimax is still getting their stuff together. New Year was probably one of my favorites as well. Chess Fortress, obviously my favorite level in the game, was released in 2023, so there's obviously some standouts. This level was definitely one of them near the end, especially where I feel like levels fell off. This level kept its head held high, so to speak, and it had a pretty good standard set, and I feel like this level did a really good job. Let's move on to our top 5. The 4th easiest 3-star, we have SeaWorld. Okay, I feel like I don't have to do as much explaining here. It's the bonus of the sea, one of my other favorite levels in the game. It feels very serene, very peaceful, very demure, very mindful. Okay, sorry, I had to. It has this pink theme, which is definitely my favorite. Great soundtrack, remix of the sea, honestly, so much better than the Tsunami one. It's actually my favorite of the 3. I like this one better than the sea. I don't know why, I just like the key that it's in better. I know that sounds weird, but I just like the key it's in. As a music person, you know, gotta appreciate that. The crowns are really good. Routing is really awesome here. And if you want to check out what I have to say about this level in a deeper dive, go check out episode 70, because I had a lot to say about this level. And I feel like I can't cram it all into here because I want to keep it as short as I can for you guys. And with 53 levels, having to play them all, this is the shortest you're going to get, guys. I haven't even been completing all these. So, yeah, the sea theme, really good. Love how they did it. They definitely did not disappoint. I would say that it's overall worse than the sea, but how are you supposed to compare any level to the sea other than the 6 levels that come above it on my, no, 7, sorry, on my top 10, so. The last removed level of this list, Polar Night Wandering, in 4th place. You guys do not understand how mad I am at Minimax for removing this level. And you will see in my deeper dive episode, I'll just tell you what it is. 203. A long time from now, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. I'm sorry. But Minimax is such a dick for pulling that. Like, what are you guys doing? I'm sorry, but like, this was an awesomely designed level, and I'm honestly gonna go to town on them in that episode. I did not rate that video for kids because just saying, you will not be hearing kid-friendly language. So yeah, do not watch that video because I was very mad at Minimax. I'm very pissed at Minimax now, actually. After watching all of Declan Hugo's video, I understand. I understand the situation, and I understand that Minimax is a dick. So, yeah, that's more of what I'm going to be talking about there. Obviously, this level shares the same deco as Polar Exploration, and that's some of my favorite deco of all time, as I'll talk about in that deeper dive. And obviously the soundtrack is so awesome. I hope they keep it for the next one. I think they will. And I think with all that combined, the new one will definitely, like V2 will definitely be an S tier. Just with that alone, I don't care how they route it. Unless they route it like Industrial Age, that might push it down to A tier. But I think the deco, soundtrack, and all that alone will be enough to keep it at least an S tier or maybe A tier if they route it like really awfully. But yeah, no, Minimax is so for pulling this move. Let's move on to the top 3 though. Okay, understand that between number 1 and number 2, this is actually a really tough choice. Or number 3 and number 2, sorry. I'm putting Time Machine at number 3. And the next one you'll see is at number 2, obviously. These two are really close, just note that. Time Machine is a level I see hated a lot by the community. And I don't really understand. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't understand. I don't get the hate. I think this is one of the best, no, it is the best anniversary level we have ever seen. I believe that, okay, wow. I believe that this level is the best anniversary level that we will ever see. Unless they somehow manage to top it. This level has some of the best cameos, some of the best ways they decided to cameo, and some of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. Like, you see what we just did? We did exactly the same thing with the Nirvana-themed obstacles before going into that level's theme. Like right here, we're going into Sunny's theme. We just used their pixelated obstacles from Nirvana. Next, we're going to go into Monty's theme here, because you can see with the pixelated castle things, boom, we're in Monty. That's such a creative way to do it. It's so innovative. I don't care how stupid the crown routes are. Like, they're not even that bad, honestly. Sure, they're all used the same way. Get the crown first, do the obstacle second. Whatever. I'm okay with that. The router, I don't care whatever stupid thing he did in real life, if he was like a pedophile or something. I know that sounds wrong, but that is outside of the game. An outside of the game issue is different than something inside of the game. Like Lively Spirits. I understand that Nyx is not a good person, but that's not going to affect where I place Lively Spirits on the tier list. Especially because that was just the soundtrack. And that is how I feel about every level that has that. And that might be what's happening with this level, and I just don't know. But this is by far one of my favorite levels of all time. Makes me feel so nostalgic, which I think every anniversary level should have made me feel in the past, and it never did. This level managed to accomplish what no other anniversary level ever could. And for all of those reasons, this is very deserving of bronze medal, 3rd place. And trust me, it was very close when I say that 2nd and 3rd could have been interchangeable, but 1st place was definitely locked in stone. In 2nd place, we have an ocean-themed level. Sunshine Ocean. In my opinion, one of the best soundtracks that we have ever seen. The second best soundtrack in the game, in my opinion. The only better soundtrack, the level that is going to be in 1st place here. So yeah, you can see how 3 stars are really good in terms of soundtrack. I think the top 3 we had here are some of the best soundtracks in the game. I wouldn't say that Time Machine is the 3rd best. I would say that Chess Fortress is, but I would put it at number 4. So that just shows how good it is. This soundtrack is so good. Combine that with the yellow ocean theme, which I do like better than the blue one from Shining Waves. Really awesome level, by the way, as well. And they nail it. Compare this to SeaWorld. It's like SeaWorld V2, essentially, or SeaWorld V4, or the Sea V4 or something. I don't know. Like, it's so cool. This is such a good level. And I love coming back to it. I feel like I don't come back to it as often as I should because it's such a good level. And I have to appreciate how good of a level it is. And when I say that this was really close between Time Machine and this level, it really was. Because I love both of them. I really do love both of these levels. And this one I only chose above the other one because I really do like the sea theme a lot. And I think I just like it a tiny bit more than Time Machine. But both are really interchangeable, and I could see the argument for me changing them. And I feel like they could probably change it like the snap of a finger. But I think Sunshine Ocean is very deserving for second place and bronze medal. And for first place, you guys are 100% expecting this if you know it's me. If you watched this far, you definitely know what I'm going to put here. It's Battle Bastion. Yeah, it's Battle Bastion. This level has the best soundtrack in the game. And I've made it very clear through many comments, posts, other videos I might have even said this. The level that has the best soundtrack will always be in the spot of number 3 on my tier list. This is the third best level in the game in my opinion. There's only 2 levels that are better than this. And it's Chess Fortress, the best level in the game, and my number 1 spot for the next video. I don't want to spoil it for you guys that wouldn't know what it is, but it is a 4-star that holds the number 2 spot in the game in my opinion. You'll see it in next week when I release it, hopefully, unless I don't get sick again. But this level has these passageways right here, which also fit really well. And obviously, if a level has the best soundtrack in the game, you need to at least have a semi-good route, and this level definitely has good obstacles, good route, good deco that fit the music. This is one of the most well-designed levels I have ever seen in this game, and I am all for it. I am a Battle Bastion Day 1 supporter, and I will never leave its side. The music makes you feel so damn good. And I cannot, stand by and watch this level get hated on. I haven't seen it get hated on, so that makes me think that I'm at least in a good majority here. I don't even care if I'm in a majority or not. I will forever say that this is the best 3-star in the entire game. At least until another 3-star with a better soundtrack gets released. But until that day, this will still be the best 3-star. So Battle Bastion is the best 3-star in the game, and is very deserving of the number 1 medal. With that being said, you guys, I will see y'all in the next one, probably a deeper dive. And I hope you guys enjoyed this almost 2-hour-long video. If you guys watched this far, you have to like and subscribe. I got assaulted by bugs for this video, so that's all I'm saying. But I gotta go before my phone dies, you know? I will see you guys in the next one.